I have a petition here written by two of my constituents titled Protest Against Improper Ordeal Room Trial and Unlawful Demotion of Inspector Festus James and Inspector Edith Edem from the ranks of Inspector of Police to Sergeant by CSP Mwana Etim. Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, the petitioners are seeking the urgent intervention of this Honorable House for amicably resolution of this matter. Mr. Speaker, I crave your indulgence to lay this petition. Thank you.
Honorable colleagues, any member who has a matter of urgent public importance to present to the House.
My name is Mudashiru Lukman Alani, representing the good people of Iwo Ayedire Federal Constituency. I'm from Osun State. I rise to move a motion on the need to interfere in the devastating natural storm disaster in Nodori Market in the local government of Osun State. The House notes that the Section 14, Subsection 2B of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, provided that the security and welfare of the people shall be the primary purpose of the government. Also note that due to the torrential rain experienced in the recent week, community in the local government area of Osun State have been ravaged by flood and erosion. The House is aware that on the 12th March 2025, a devastating windstorm struck the Odori Market in the local government of Osun State, causing several traders to lose their valuable goods and means of livelihood. The House is also aware that the windstorm ripped off many buildings' roofing sheets from the section of the market and caused significant damage to several farmland and farm produce. Some shops collapsed and property worth millions of naira have been washed away. The House informed that several of the traders affected by the windstorm took loan from the commercial bank in order to stock their shop and are now worried that the inability to continue their businesses will greatly affect the interest accrued on the respective loan. The House cognizant that there is an urgent need for the federal government to take necessary action to provide solution to avert further windstorm and provide succor to affected traders who rely heavily on the market for economic sustainability. The House resolve urge the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, to send relief material to the affected victim. Also urge the Federal Ecological Fund Office to take practical measures to forestall future occurrences. Lastly, the House resolve to further urge the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disasters Management and Social Development to provide urgent funds and relief assistance to affected victims. I so move, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
David Idris Zakaria, I represent the Federal Constituency. I'm from Kogi State. Mr. Speaker, the House notes about the rising cases of kidnapping and violent crimes in Ibaji, Ida Igalamela of Federal Constituency, Kogi State, which has heightened fear, disrupted economic activities, and led to the loss of lives and property. And in particular, the recent report of kidnapping and attacks on commuters along major highway, and invasions of rural community by armed criminals. Concern that the criminals have continued to operate with impunity, exploiting security lapses and inadequate manpower and difficult terrain to perform their heinous acts. Mr. Speaker, again worried that on Sunday, March 16, 2025, 18 passengers in ABC transport bus traveling from the southeast to Abuja were kidnapped by gunmen around Aloma in of local government area of Kogi State. Trouble that prior to December 13, 2024 adoptions, a cycles riders returning from the farm and other travelers returning from the Enugu market had also kidnapped along the Usuka-Ida route, and their whereabouts remain unknown till date. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, cognizant of the primary purpose of government as is assuring in Section 14, subsection 2B of the Constitution of the Federal Republic
Leader, please
of
approach
Nigeria,
the chair. Leader.
1999,
Majority Leader, please approach the chair.
as author, which is the security and welfare of its citizens. Agenda 2, improving national security of the legislative agenda of the 10th House of Representatives and the express needs to ensure the protections and the preservations of lives. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, resolve to urge the Inspector General of Police to establish a mobile police force squadrons base at Ajogidibeje Junction in local government area of Kogi State, which is central and strategically located to tackle kidnapping and other forms of criminality in either federal constituency. Mr. Speaker, ensure the immediate establishment of a police station at Ajewu in local government area of Kogi State, which is a transit settlement leading to either Ibaji, Odolu, including Otukpa and Osuka to Enugu.
You promised me to abridge this motion, please.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Urge the Chief of Armed Staff to establish military checking point and post at flash point along Itobe, Oshadamu, Ofejiji, Ejule, Aloma, to Otukwa branch and other points around the constituency. Mandate the House Committee on Police Affairs, Army, and Legislative Compliance to liaise with the Inspector General of Police and the Chief of Armed Staff to ensure that the above police and military observations point, bases, posts, and formations are established and effectively manned, and to report back to the House within 4 weeks. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I so move.
And the seconder.
My name is Honorable Attorney Matthew Nwogu. I speak for the people of Abombise, Ngopala Federal Constituency. The presence in Abombise, Ngopala, in the Ngopala constituency, we must say as a result of instant killings, kidnapping, and banditry that has recently surged in this local government. Mr. Speaker, I urge the House to allow me to take this motion and suspend the rules under Rule 8, Order 8, Rule 5. I so move.
Thank you. Any seconder for the first leg?
Mr. Speaker, this motion is on the urgent public importance of the need to increase security presence in Ngopala, Imo State, as a result of instant killings, kidnapping, and banditry along Aba-Owere Road. Mr. Speaker, the House knows that the primary responsibility and purpose of government is the security of lives, property, and welfare of the citizenry, as enshrined in Section 14B of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended. The House is worried that the instant killings, kidnappings, and banditry has recently taken on upsurge in Ngopala local government, and if not checked, might lead to complete state of anarchy. The House further knows that on February 7th, precisely, bandits mounted roadblocks between Ihite and Umuhu communities of Ngopala Council, situated along Abawure Road, attacked and hijacked a Sienna SUV commuter with its occupants having shot the driver. The House is aware that just recently, precisely on the 5th of March, there was another repeated attack by gunmen in their numbers, which led to loss of lives and disruption of economic activities along Abawure Road in Umuohe, Ihite, Umechem Junction, all in Ngopala local government area. The House is concerned that the Air Force checkpoint at Sam Mbakwe Cargo International Airport have proved inadequate to checkmate these killings and kidnappings going on in Ngopala, and there is therefore need to increase security presence in Abombise and Ngopala. the House resolves to urge relevant security agencies to deploy additional personnel and resources to Ngopala to curb these crimes. The House further urges the Inspector General of Police to carry out a thorough investigation into the increasing case of killings, kidnapping, and banditry in Ngopala and take immediate steps to arrest the situation. The House mandates the House Committee on Compliance to ensure compliance and report back to the House within four weeks for further legislative action. And the House urged the House to observe a minute silence for the driver and passengers who lost their lives as a result of this banditry. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Mr. Speaker, the House notes that there is an impending disaster of flood and erosion in Kano, as it is predicted that heavy rainfall might lead to flood and erosion within the period of prediction. A motion, Mr. Speaker, was brought before this House on the 25th of July 2023 and again on the 27th of June 2024 by my humble self, stating the ordeals suffered by my constituents, and resolutions were made by the House, but unfortunately action is yet to be taken to that effect. Aware that, Mr. Speaker, Kwarin Gogau, Emma Tagabas, Kwachiri, Sabon Birni, Alpha Tudun Bojuwa, Alasawa, Jaba, and Kwakwachi, all in Fage local government area of Kano State, are facing severe and destructive environmental degradation and poverty as a result of erosion and floods occasioned in the said communities. Worried that as a result of this erosion, the flood, industrial development have been shattered and sources of income have been wrecked, which in effect has led to low food production. This environmental degradation needs to be addressed and their effects need to be reduced on the populace. Resolved, Mr. Speaker, to further urge and re-urge the Federal Ministry of Environment, the Ecological Fund Office, to, as a matter of urgency, intervene by assessing the erosion problems with a view to ensuring the execution of erosion control and remediation projects at all the affected communities. Number two, Mr. Speaker, to also urge the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, to supply relief materials to the affected areas. Further urge the Federal Ministry of Works to rehabilitate and reconstruct the affected roads in the affected community. I so move, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Okay.
You have not
Observe that.
observed the 1 minute silence.
Thank you for being very observant. Thank you for helping the chair. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. May the soul of the departed rest in perfect peace.
From Ondo State. Mr. Speaker, I rise this morning to move that this House received the report of the House Committee on Population on a bill for an act to repeal the National Identity Management Commission Act 2027 and to provide for the establishment of a national identity database and the National Identity Management Commission charged with the responsibility for maintenance of national database, the registration of individuals, and the issuance of identity credential and for related matter. Mr. Speaker, I therefore seek your leave to read this report. Mr. Speaker, so thank you.
Any seconder?
My name is Honorable Martin Sesson. I represent the people of Oron, Mbu, Okobo, Udumuko, Urugu Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move that the House do receive the report of the Committee on Youth Development on a bill for an act to establish the National Youth Welfare Scheme Fund to manage and coordinate youth welfare services to reduce challenges in governance and security in the country and for related matters. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I so move.
Representing GBI Kaita Federal Constituency, Mr. Speaker, I move that the House do receive the report on the Ad Hoc Committee on the investigation of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NACON, and the FCT Muslim Pilgrims Welfare Board over the shoddy treatment of Nigerian pilgrims during the 2024 Hajj exercise. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
All reports are referred to committee. I invite the House Leader to move that the bill be now read a second time.
Move that a bill for an act to establish the Federal University of Science and Technology, Cabo Kano State, to make provision for its due management and administration and for related matters, SB 691, be read the second time. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder? We'll receive inclusive governance. We'll receive on security and policing, amongst others, as well as electoral matters. So in our order paper today, we have about 39 of those proposals for second reading. What we're going to do today, considering the weather in the room and the urgency of pushing this to the Constitution Review Committee for them to study analysis, I will ask that the Leader of the House moves that we suspend our rules to have the second reading of all these bills from number 2 to number 40.
The rules to enable us take the bills listed in the order paper from number 2 to number 40. I so move.
Minority Leader, please, can you second? Against say nay. The ayes have it. Leader, you are invited to move that all of these bills from number 2 to 40 be read the second time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
We will need to hear the HB number and the sponsors, the names of the sponsors.
Thank you very much. I begin with number 2, HB 2203, Abbas Tajuddin and Marcos Onobu, Honorables. HB 79, Francis Ejirogan Ewaive. HB 1212, Namdi Ezechi, Honorable. HB 115, Mukta Shagaya, Honorable. HB 1230 and 1354, Honorables Kwamoti Bitrus Lauri and Patrick Umar, Honorable. HBs 1729 and 1730, Honorable Manosoro. HBs 1569, 1345, 1346, and 1877, Honorables Patrick Umar, Honorables Patrick Umar, Mansour Manosoro, Wale Busayo Oke, and Ishaya David Lalu. HB 1886, Honorable Afam Ogene. HB 1341, Honorable Patrick Umar. HB 1924, Honorable Shehu Dalhatu. HBs 3369, 1309, Honorables Francis Waive Oluwole Oke and Gali Mustafa Tijani. HB 619, Honorable Benjamin Okeze Kalu. HB 1320, Honorable Sada Soli. HB 2175, Honorable Ahmed Idris Wase. HB 1783, Honorable Siso Ikbaga. HB 1197, Honorable Daniel Asama Ago. HB 2170, Honorable Adebayo Olusegun Balogun. HB 1193, Honorables Tajuddin Abbas and Marcos Onobu. HB 1811, Honorable Akinde Tunde Rotimi. HB 1419, Honorable Kafila Togbara. HBs 1305, 1807, Honorables Francis Waive and Akintunde Rotimi. HB 2176, Honorable Ahmed Idris Wase. HB 1850, Honorable Zabas Tajuddin and Marcos Onobun. HB 1700, Honorable Mansour Soro. HB 1404, Honorable Babajimi Benson. HB 260, Honorable Mutu Nicholas Abomo. HB 994, Honorable Sada Soli. HB 1217, Honorable Aminu Jamo Daura. HBs 1306 and 1514, Honorable Francis Waive, Honorable Nye Chinyere, and 34 others. HB 1381, Honorable Mansour Soro. HB 1154, Honorable Mansour Soro and 5 others. HB 1649, Honorable Gochinyere, Onyeye Ikeagono, and 24 others. HB 2166, Honorable Adebayo Olusegun Balogun. HB 2167 and HB 2183, Honorable Adebayo Olusegun Balogun. Hello, Adebayo Balogun. HB 2168, Honorable Adebayo Olusegun Balogun. HB 2169, Honorable Adebayo Olusegun Balogun. HB 2173, Honorable Adebayo Olusegun Balogun. HB 2122, Honorable Benjamin Okezekalu and 6 others. HB 1931, Honorable Tajuddin Abbas and Marcos Onobun. HB 1811, Honorable Akintunde Rotimi. HB 1419, I think I read that before. I think that's a repetition. Honorable Kafila Togbara. HBs 1305 and 1807, Honorable Francis Waive and Honorable Akintunde Rotimi. HB 2176, Honorable Ahmed Idris Wase. HB 1850, Honorable Tajuddin Abbas and Marcos Onobun. HB 1700, Honorable Mansour Soro. HB 1404, Honorable Babajimi Benson. HB 260, Honorable Mutu Nicholas Abomo. HB 994, Honorable Sada Soli. HB 1217, Honorable Aminu Jamo Daura. That's all? I think it looks like they're repeating this. I think that is about all. I think the others looks like repetition of the same thing we had read earlier.
Okay.
I so move.
Thank you. Minority Leader. Aye. Those against say name. The ayes have it. Honorable Abiodun Derin at Desida.
Red North and Brest South Federal Constituency of Oyo State. Mr. Speaker, I'd like to move that the House do consider the report of the Committee on Federal Road Safety Commission on a bill for an act to amend the Federal Road Safety Commission Establishment Act 2007 to empower the Federal Road Safety Commission with the responsibility for road traffic administration and safety management, preventing and minimizing road traffic crashes on public roads, the supervision of users of such public roads, and regulation of traffic thereon, and clearing of obstruction on any parts of the public roads, and for educating drivers, motorists, and other members of the public generally on the proper use of public roads and matters related to safety on the public roads and for related matters thereon. That's HB 1604 and 1401, and approve recommendation therein. I so move.
Any seconder? It's for an act to amend Federal University of Agriculture Art Cap F22 Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004 to make provisions for the establishment of Federal University of Agriculture, Obiakpa, Urakanam, Akwa Ibom State, and for related matters. And I invite the acting leader to give us 1 minute synopsis of the bill.
Mr. Speaker, this bill, I think it's a clear-cut amendment of the existing Act on Federal Universities to pave way for the creation of a Federal University of Agriculture in Ogwemka in Akwa Ibom. I think that basically you just amend the section of the existing law to pave way for the creation of this university in Akwa Ibom State. Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honorable colleagues, the question is that clauses 1 to 3, the schedule, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill be made part of this act. Clause 1, Clause 2, Clause 3, the schedule, explanatory memorandum, the long title of the bill. Most distinguished colleagues, the report to be considered is that of the Committee on Federal Road Safety Commission on a bill for an act to amend the Federal Road Safety Commission Establishment Act 2007 to empower the Federal Road Safety Commission with the responsibility for road traffic administration and safety management, preventing and minimizing road traffic crashes on public roads and the supervision of users of such public roads, the regulation of traffic thereon, and clearing of obstruction on any part of the public road, and for educating drivers, motorists, and other members of the public generally on the proper use of public roads and matters related to safety on the public roads and for related matters. And I invite Honorable Abiodun Daring Adesida again to give the synopsis of the bill. Just 1 minute. 1 minute.
Establishment Act 2007 to establish the Federal Road Safety Commission with the responsibility for road traffic administration, safety management, preventing and minimizing road traffic crashes on public roads, the supervision of users of such public roads, and for regulation of traffic thereon, and clearing of obstruction on any part of public roads, and for educating drivers, motorists, and other members of the public generally on the proper use of public roads.
Thank you.
First, exclusive jurisdiction with respect to road traffic management on the road safety, because I'm aware
I can hardly hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry. This clause 1, okay, from the long title, basically from the long title, it talks about responsibility for road traffic management and safety and, etc. I want to ask whether this bill seeks to vest exclusive jurisdiction with respect to road traffic management on the road safety agency, because I'm aware that the police have also road safety management. Road traffic management. So the purpose of this amendment here is lost on me, because I don't know that the intention is to take away the same function which I know the police performs through their road traffic management departments, and vest that function exclusively on the agency, on the road safety corps.
Okay, you are saying there is already existing mandate.
Absolutely.
For the traffic police.
Punch. I haven't got the time to. I can scribble something down now, because I'm actually thinking on my feet. But if you give me a few minutes, I'll write something down and read it. But at the moment, I can just say that we should expand that section. Requiring them to manage road traffic administration.
Are you addressing clause 1 or clause 5?
Clause 5. I'm sorry.
No, but I just mentioned clause 1.
I think it was slip. Clause 5.
Your speed is always amazing.
No, I'm sorry, sir. Maybe I will learn to speak like you, a bit more methodical.
Let us wait until we get there.
Okay.
Yeah. So clause 1, clause 2. Don't just say carried. Look at it. Look at clause 2. We are no longer going to be populating our committee.
Honorable Professor Lillian and Co.
Clause 2. Everything is fine with clause 2. Carried. Clause 3. Clause 3.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Take you back to clause 2.
We have passed clause 2. We are in clause 3.
I'm craving your indulgence, please.
Huh?
To clause 2 that deals with the tenure. It's providing for...
You want us to go back to clause 2?
Yes, please. I'm sorry.
Then the gavel has gone down on clause 2, so we have to rescind.
Okay.
So move that we rescind our resolution on 2 so that we can take it again.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we rescind our resolution on clause 2 so as to accommodate this amendment that I intend to propose.
Okay. Any seconder to this motion to rescind? Yes.
Thank you. Section 2(1) states that subject to subsection 2 of this section, a member of the commission other than the corps marshal shall hold office for a term of 4 years and no more. I'm proposing that since it's not renewable, that it should be, I recommend 5 years as against the 4 years. Thank you.
Any reason for 5 years?
Well, I consider that 4 years may appear short to make appreciable impact, particularly so that it's not renewable. You know, it's just it's as proposed here, it's just 4 years and no more. So,
but you use 4 years to represent your people.
Mr. Chairman?
You use 4 years to represent your people.
Oh, well. Yes. But in most cases, commissions, boards, they are usually, for 4 years and renewable. They have opportunity. So to be consistent with what is common to other commissions, so I want to propose that 5 years and no more. Or if we retain the 4 years, let it be renewable.
So which one are we taking? Do we say
I propose
5 years?
5 years and no more.
Okay, so we'll ask for seconder and then we'll put the question. Any seconder to that? That will go from 4 years to 5? Any seconder? The ayes have it.
Members of the commission shall be paid such remuneration and allowances as the president may determine. The president does not determine the remuneration of public officers.
What amendment do you want there?
I think it's
Ramfak.
I think it's as provided by Revenue Mobilization Commission or Salaries and Wages Commission. One of the two, I don't know. It's salary and wages. I believe it's salary.
So move it as an amendment.
Mr. Speaker, I move that where
Mr.
Chairman, I move that we delete the words after allowances in subsection clause 2, subsection 3, insert as provided by Salaries and Wages
it's clause
Commission.
2, paragraph 3.
Yes.
That is how you cite it.
Clause 2,
paragraph
3, after the word allowances, insert Salaries and Wages as provided by Salaries and Wages Commission.
Thank you. Acting leader. Any seconder? Yes, Jonathan. If I'm doing only 2 bills in a day, I'll do it. No more carry. We must read it line by line like we're doing now. So if you have a bill you want me to consider, Better be
Amendment.
sure. Because no more carry. Yes.
Amendment, Mr. Chair.
Which clause?
Part of the responsibility of the road service transport corps is to
Where are you reading? Page what?
End of page 10.
Huh?
Page 10.
Page 10.
Yes.
How can you be in page 10? Are you following the clause by clause consideration, or are you going to pages? I don't think we are in 10. When we get to 10, we'll give you the...
An amendment in the following form.
Yes.
Now, I move to propose that clause 5 reads thus, that there is established for the commission a body to be known as the Nigerian Road Safety Corps. In this act,
Page what are you reading?
Page 8.
Page what?
Page 8, clause 5. Page 8, clause 5. Can I go again? Page 8, clause 5.
Their role is safety on the road. If we are giving them traffic management, it means that they are going to massively employ for them to succeed in doing that. We know that most often we see them doing traffic work, perhaps in the evening, not all day round. The people we see on the road most often are traffic warden, the policemen on the road. So amending the Police Act also means that some policemen will lose their jobs. Some of them are employed purely as traffic warden. Either conversion or they will lose their job. And then road safety must employ massively. It will also take time for us to, change these services from traffic warden to road safety. So I will pray that we allow the road safety operate the way they're operating now, but sit up when it comes to road safety management issues.
So what are you proposing as amendment?
To support the amendment proposed by Honorable Bob Solomon, which is to delete the issue of traffic management and allow road safety.
Thank you very much. This is the kitchen where I have a helicopter look on our legislation ecosystem to ensure that what we bake does not conflict with what is already on the shelf. So we must be thorough in handling this. I want to hear from more people. You've been raising your hand, Wefi, after that, Alabi.
Mr. Chairman, I think I might align with your earlier suggestion that this be stepped down and for more consultation. And I tell you why. Apart from the police, you have the vehicle inspection unit, the VIO. And a lot of 1-2 functions here are in clear conflict with the vehicle inspection office. For instance, Section 5, subsection 2, K and L, inspecting the roadworthiness of vehicles. That is exclusively for the VIO. And note, the VIOs are actually state organs. So are we saying we're putting roads or road management exclusively on the exclusive list and absorbing the powers of the states to be able to carry out these functions? And equally, investigating road traffic crashes. Investigation is at the purview of the police. So I believe there is need for a closer look.
Yes, Labi. Honorable.
It says, which shall be the lead agency in road safety administration and road traffic management. Now, when it comes to road safety administration, traffic is already implied, traffic management. Because when you're trying to ensure something is safe, there will be times you have to get out there and make sure traffic is well sorted. So there's no need to specifically now say lead agency in road traffic management. There's going to be a lot of conflict. You talked about the Police Act. Now saying we'll go back to amend the Police Act, we know amendment of laws are not that easy. So while we are making these ones now, let's get it right. Rather than say, let's do this, we now go back to Police Act. There's no need to clash with Police Act, because once we allow them to go with the lead agency in road traffic management, we set up a chain of reactions that won't make a lot of sense. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, you wanted to say something. Go and sit down again and browse our brains so that we don't just conflict.
I think the general mood of the House is that we step it down, and maybe you can bring it on Thursday. Use between now and Thursday to look at it and then bring it back in a more clean, unambiguous way. If that is the case, House rules move that we do step it down.
Thank you, Right Honourable Chairman. I move that this consideration of the FRC bill be stepped down. I so move.
Any seconder? The bill step down till Thursday. Say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Bill is being stepped down to be represented again after cleaning it up on Thursday. Leader, please move that the House reverts to plenary.
The whole consider the report on the bill for an act to amend the Federal University of Agriculture Act Cap F22 Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004 to make provision for the establishment of Federal University of Agriculture, Obiagba, Orukanam, Akwa Ibom State, and for related matters, and approve clauses 1 to 3, the schedule, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. It is the Chairman's report that the House and Committee of the Whole consider the report of the Committee on Federal Road Safety Commission on the bill for an act to amend the Federal Road Safety Commission Establishment Act 2007 to empower the Federal Road Safety Commission with the responsibility for road traffic administration and safety management, preventing and minimizing road traffic crashes on public roads and the supervision of users of such public roads, the regulation of traffic thereon, and clearing of obstruction on any part of the public roads, and for educating drivers, motorists, and other members of the public generally on the proper use of public roads and matters related to safety and the public roads, and for related matters. Approve clauses 1 to 4, step down for further consideration and for further legislative action.
Honorable Akalabi, sit down.
Leader, please move that the House do adjourn till tomorrow, same time, same place. And I want the request documentation for state creation and local government creation. Remember, we are ending it at the end of this month, so make it while the sun shines. I don't think, it doesn't look like we'll be extending it any further. And let me also announce that tomorrow is going to be as brief as this, so try and come early, because we are trying to make sure that all your proposals on constitutional amendment is captured, so that the committee will now work on it. So we have over 200 of such bills, so we'll try and see what we'll do tomorrow and next tomorrow to upload it. Leader, over to you.